Imagine a world where just 0.0037% of people control a third of global wealth. Who are these ultra-rich and how do they live? Approximately 295,450 individuals boast a net worth of $30 million or more. Known as ultra-high net worth, UHNW, this tiny fraction, 0.0037% of humanity, commands roughly $35 trillion, a third of the world's total wealth. It's no surprise, then, that an expansive global industry thrives solely to cater to the jet-setting lives of these 295,000 elites. Like any social group, UHNW individuals gravitate toward others of similar status. But here's the twist. As wealth increases, the pool of peers shrinks. At the pinnacle of prosperity, finding like-minded company requires a global network, giving rise to an informal yet highly organized phenomenon dubbed the Billionaire's social circuit. The year often kicks off in St. Bart's, the go-to New Year's Eve haven for the super-rich. February might feature the Super Bowl, while March draws elites to the ski slopes of Aspen or St. Moritz. Spring brings the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia, followed by the Cannes Film Festival and the nearby Monaco Grand Prix in May. June shines with the Henley Royal Regatta in England, July hosts Wimbledon, and August showcases the Venice Film Festival. September sees a return to Monaco for its prestigious yacht show, October offers the Frieze London Art Fair, and November might include the Melbourne Cup in Australia. The year wraps up with Art Basel Miami Beach, just before the cycle restarts in St. Bart's. These gatherings aren't really about the events themselves. At Monaco's Grand Prix, most attendees barely glance at the race, and the yacht show is less about boats and more about mingling. These occasions provide rare, exclusive venues for the wealthy to connect with their own kind. While few attend every event and each curates their itinerary, many UHNW individuals feel a subtle pressure to participate to uphold their social clout. Take Jeff Bezos, for instance. In 2022, he began his year aboard a yacht near St. Bart's with his partner, Lauren Sanchez. Publicly available flight data reveals how he spent the rest of January. His two Gulfstream G650 jets, too large for St. Bart's small runway, were stationed on nearby St. Martin. On January 1st, one jet, N271DV, flew 7 hours to Los Angeles to drop off Sanchez, while the other N758PB took Bezos to Seattle the next day. Over the next 2 weeks, the jets frequently hopped between Seattle and Burbank, likely ferrying Bezos and Sanchez for visits. On January 13th, one jet flew from Burbank to Maui, while the other traveled from Seattle via LAX to Maui, likely to Bezos' $78 million vacation estate. Both returned to the mainland 4 days later. Bezos visited Sanchez again on the 23rd, then jetted to Washington, D.C. on the 27th, where he owns a massive home, the Washington Post, and Amazon's second headquarters in nearby Crystal City, Virginia. He capped January back in Burbank, perfectly timing his travels to align with the Super Bowl 11 days later. In January alone, Bezos' jets logged 29,000 miles, 46,000 kilometers, equivalent to 4 Seattle to Sydney round trips. This required 24,838 gallons, 94,022 liters of fuel, enough to power an Airbus A380 carrying 500 passengers from DC to London. His travel patterns reflect broader trends in ultra-luxury travel, where two forces are colliding. First, wealth is concentrating faster than ever, creating more UHNW individuals. Second, while the merely affluent travel less often, they're splurging more per trip. For example, pre-COVID, Americans spent $4,871 on average for a Greece vacation. Now it's $6,561. Airlines report booming first and business class sales, driven by leisure travelers craving luxury, even as business travel lags. In New York, ultra-luxury hotels are thriving, with record-high rates and occupancy. The Aman New York opened in 2022, starts at $2,600 per night, often climbing to $3,000 to $4,000. Its sister resort, Amangiri in Utah, doubled from $1,400 to $2,800 per night in 5 years, yet books solid months in advance. Private jet travel is also soaring, with 2021 recording 3.3 million global flights, fueled by on-demand charter services like NetJets, Wheels Up, and XO. These companies make private aviation accessible to occasional luxury travelers, while fixed-base operators (FBOs), private jet terminals, see unprecedented demand, driving up airport real estate costs. This boom has created a capacity crisis in ultra-luxury travel. More people are willing to pay exorbitant sums. Think $2,600 for a hotel night or $10,000 for a 2-hour flight than ever before. The result? The super rich are crowding out the ultra rich from traditional haunts. With no travel experiences exclusive or costly enough, the wealthiest are turning to fully private solutions. Yachts epitomize this shift. They offer freedom to travel on one's terms, delivering 5-star accommodations anywhere, insulated from external demand. Yet, the Billionaire's social circuit still shapes destinations. Each fall, as Mediterranean summers end, a transatlantic yacht migration begins. Some super yachts cross oceans independently, but many owners opt for yacht transport ships, paying up to $100,000 to ferry their vessels from hubs like Genoa, Italy, or Palma de Mallorca, Spain, to the Caribbean for winter events like Art Basel Miami or St. Bart's New Year's. The yachting world, however, faces its own crunch. A berth at Monaco's Yacht Club during the Grand Prix can cost $16,500 per night for smaller vessels and $73,000 for 60 to 70-meter yachts, including access for 2 to the clubhouse to view the race. Securing a spot requires club membership, granted only through sponsorship and committee approval, and reservations months in advance. For the Monaco Yacht Show, prime docking spots, showcasing a yacht's full profile, demand not just money but years-long relationships with event organizers. Yacht ownership itself is a costly hassle. Annual maintenance averages 10% of a vessel's value, and ocean voyages are often uncomfortable. Yet sales climb, driven by the networking and deals forged aboard. One yacht owner told The New Yorker that a single deal closed on deck could recoup the investment many times over. To escape crowded waters, the ultra-rich are innovating. Super yacht refits, especially for vessels over 40 meters, have nearly doubled in 5 years, often to create expedition yachts capable of Arctic or Pacific adventures. The Legend, a former Soviet icebreaker turned luxury yacht, exemplifies this trend. Experiential yachting firms now offer World War II battle reenactments in the Pacific, or pop-up dining on Maldives sandbars. Beyond yachts, Luxpeditions cater to billionaires craving unique experiences, like gorilla safaris in Rwanda or Antarctic treks with heated tents and gourmet meals. Companies like Brown and Hudson craft bespoke adventures, James Bond-inspired trips or global grand tours, costing hundreds of thousands as long as clients get bragging rights for visiting remote locales like Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni. The ultra-wealthy increasingly travel to vanish, not to be seen. Record sales of 30 to 50 million secluded homes in Hawaii or the Caribbean reflect this. The most exclusive experiences remain secret, their privacy a key part of the allure. By the time they're public, the ultra-rich have already moved on, perpetually one step ahead of the merely rich.